You've watched the Apple keynote, where Tim Cook announces the new iPhone starting at $999. But then, when you step into a store in London, Mumbai, or Istanbul, you're met with a price that feels like a mistake. Why does the same phone, made of glass and aluminum, cost hundreds or even thousands more depending on where you are? Is Apple just greedy? That's part of it, but the bigger issue lies in the foreign exchange market. Today, we'll explore how a rising US dollar impacts your wallet directly. First, let's consider the roots of the problem, the dollar standard. Apple is an American company, and it reports its earnings to Wall Street in US dollars. When designing a phone, they set a target price in US dollars to maintain profit margins around 40%. When the US dollar strengthens, it buys more of other currencies. The situation seems beneficial at first glance, but not if you're buying an iPhone outside the US. If the euro or yen weakens against the dollar, Apple raises the local price to ensure the money sent back to California equals the required $999. In 2022 and 2023, the dollar reached a 20-year high, causing iPhone prices in the UK and Europe to surge. The iPhone 13 launched at £679, but the iPhone 14 debuted at £849. The product didn't improve by 25%, it was merely a result of the British pound losing value. Next, we have what's known as the buffer strategy. Apple doesn't adjust prices daily like a gas station, that wouldn't work well for them. Instead, they employ a strategy called currency hedging. Their Treasury Department acts like a hedge fund, securing exchange rates months in advance. However, in a volatile market, they add a currency buffer. This means they price the phone above the current exchange rate to shield themselves from future declines. Essentially, consumers are paying for Apple's insurance against fluctuations in their local economy. If Apple anticipates a potential 10% drop in a currency next month, they incorporate that into today's pricing. But there's more to the cost than just exchange rates, it's also the way these rates interact with taxes and duties. In the US, prices like $999 don't include sales tax, which varies by state. In contrast, European prices include VAT, usually around 20%. Additionally, there are import duties. Countries like Brazil and India impose hefty tariffs on imported electronics to bolster local jobs. For instance, in 2025, an iPhone 16 Pro in Turkey might exceed $2,100, more than double the US price. This is due to a 50% luxury goods tax, plus VAT and a cultural fund tax. As the dollar rises, these taxes, which are percentage-based, become even steeper in local currency. So, can prices ever decrease? Rarely. Apple generally maintains flat prices in the following year as tech improves. However, they've occasionally made exceptions. In 2019, when the dollar was too strong, Apple lowered prices in China and Turkey to prevent sales from plummeting. They recognized that if a phone costs a month's salary, consumers would hesitate to upgrade. It's a delicate equilibrium. Set prices too high, and people won't buy. Set them too low, and Apple could lose billions from currency conversion issues. In conclusion, the next time you find yourself grumbling about inflated local iPhone prices, don't just blame the Apple Store. Take a look at the Forex charts. If the US dollar is strong, your technology will inevitably be pricier, regardless of how many new features are added. So, which country do you think suffers from the most unfair pricing right now? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into tech economics. See you next time.